eBayers. This is my December 2022 sales update video, and there are 3 parts. First, what I sold, how much I paid, and the profit. Next are some numbers that I track. And finally, highlights of items I found and are listed with a little bit of information that might help you with your eBay business. The link to my eBay store is below the video if you would like to follow along and watch as I add new items and see what sells. And I'm adding another statistic to these videos as if you're not getting enough numbers. But I did want to add number of views on sold listings because I want to be a mythbuster here. A lot of sellers are under the false assumption that your listing needs a lot of views to sell. And yes, your listing does need to appear in search to be found, but it only takes one person to buy it. And it could be the first person who finds it. And remember that views reset after 30 days. So when you start looking at these numbers, the view count may seem shockingly low, but I'm going to show you and prove to you that listings can still sell with as little as 1 view. Now, view counts are shown on active listings on your seller hub, but I do not see a way to add a column for view count under sold or shipped items. So if you know how to do that, please enlighten me. There is no customized table, clickable link on sold or shipped items. That's only on active listings view. So anyway, I will show you the number on the sold listing because that's the only place I see it, and prove to you that a large number of views is not necessary to sell an item. And I think this is important for the eBay community to understand because I want to help you change your thinking about listings with a low view count. Sometimes we focus on things that we can't change, and that is very frustrating and it makes you feel powerless. Think about a situation you've been in and you hate it and you just can't change it. The way to overcome those kinds of hurdles is to figure out what you do have power over and give yourself power back. So that was a lot of psychology, but anyway, I want to help you change your thinking about low view counts because 2023 is my 20th year selling on eBay, and I've seen a lot of things, and a positive attitude is very important in this business. So when you can change your thinking to put things in a more positive light, everything is better. Okay, we're going to start off with this Fontanini Camel. This came with the box and the story card. I did sell it in pre-owned condition because it wasn't sealed, it wasn't brand new, but it looked pretty new. I paid $2 for this. It sold for full asking price of $29.97. Profit was $24.65. And we can go to the listing here and see it had 13 views. Next is the Abominable Snowman Squishmallow. This wasn't a giant one. He was only 12 inches tall. I paid $1.18 for him. He sold for full asking price of $32.97, making profit $26.89, and he was new with the tag. And you can see this listing only had 4 views. Next is a pair of classic Clark's Wallabies. I paid $3.12 for these. They sold on best offer of $30, making my profit $27.37. And this listing had 30 views. This is a Blankets and Beyond Pink Bunny Lovey. I paid $1.16 for him, and you can see he's pretty worn. He didn't even have a face anymore. But that didn't seem to matter. He sold for full asking price of $38.97, making my profit $31.18. And this listing had 14 views. This is a Land's End one-piece swimsuit, and I put this one in my cart because it's size 14D bra cup and long. So a lot of very specific things going for this item. I paid $3.56 for this. It sold for full asking price of $39.97. Profit was $31.93. And this listing had 33 views. Moving on to this San Francisco music box company musical caterpillar. Here's something you don't see every day. This had a wind-up feature and it played music. So, yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a plush caterpillar before. I paid $2.96 for this. He sold for full asking price of $44.97, making profit $37.06. And this listing only had 3 views. This is a Mille Bornes game. It's a French card game. This was from 1971. It was unopened, still had the shrink wrap on it. I paid 88 cents and it sold for $45. Profit was $39.02. This listing had 11 views. Here is a Ming Wang twin set. I paid $7 for this. It sold for $55, making profit $39.51. And this listing had 6 views. This is a set of 2 tiki mugs from a restaurant called Mai Kai. I paid $4.24 for the set. They sold for full asking price of $49.97, making profit $41.41. This listing had 10 views. This is a Frank and Eileen brushed cotton shirt. I paid $3.56. It sold for $55 on best offer. Profit was $44.40. This listing had 18 views, and this item is in the 2022 BOLO handbook. It's a brand you might not be familiar with, Frank and Eileen. They can sell for over $100. So there's a freebie if you weren't aware of that brand. Okay, moving on to this spider ski bib. And this item was imperfect. One of the rubber spider logo things down here was cracked, which I disclosed in the listing. This was a men's large. I paid $13 for this. Took an offer of $80 from a buyer in the United Kingdom. Profit was $53.61. And this listing had 8 views. This is an LL Bean wool sweater that was lined with cotton flannel. And this sweater had a lot of things going for it. It was very thick, heavy, and soft lamb's wool, so not itchy, and then had that soft flannel lining. It was zip front, had pockets, and was a big size. So it is your basic grandpa sweater. I paid $5.75 for this. It sold for full asking price of $99.97. Profit was $82.55, and this sold within a few days of listing. It did get 92 views, so that's interesting. But yeah, I like the profit margin there of $82.55. The next item is a Renee of Paris wig. This was synthetic, and synthetic wigs are always going to sell for cheaper than real human hair because that's just a more expensive process. I paid $20 for this at an off the beaten path thrift store. It sold for $120 on best offer, making profit $85.55. And this listing only had 3 views. So an item that sold for over $100 only had 3 views. And finally, Mr. Sloth sold. I had a feeling he might sell around Christmas time. I paid $5.29. He sold for full asking price of $114.97, making my profit $95.80. And this listing had 17 views. So I am myth busting that listings have to have a lot of views to sell, because they absolutely do not. Okay, let's move on to some numbers that I track. I sold 54 items in December, and those are thrifted garage sale items, not counting my books and calendars, because most of you out there don't sell that. So that's not going to be relevant information. Compare this to 47 items sold in November, so number of items sold is up. I have 428 items in my store. Compared to November, I had 413 at the end of the month, so gradually inching up. But the issue in December was how fast items sold. And so, as some of you know, when you're striving for that next level, like I'm pushing for 500 items now, it's kind of like a monkey trying to climb out of a well. You make a little progress and then you slip back. But if you're selling things, then who cares, right? My inventory cost for the items that sold was $212.65. Profit per item, $27.23. And that is up from November. Profit per item was $21.45. So moving in the right direction again. Okay, and I like tracking both raw numbers and percentage increase. This is my listing challenge and how I'm holding myself accountable for listing on most days. And I say most days because you don't want to make your goal impossible or you'll just give up. And there are days when I don't list anything because I'm busy or just living my life, which is why we do this, so we can have a flexible life and be able to enjoy ourselves. So if you're doing this tracking like I am, don't be too strict on yourself. Build in some days where you don't list anything and make your goals achievable, because that's what gives you motivation to continue. So in December, I listed a total number of 254 items. 186 were listings that I ended and restarted, so those are fresh for the search engine. I listed 68 items that I purchased in December, so came in a little short on my goal of listing new items, so that's what I need to work on. But I listed 42 more items than I did in the previous month, which was a 20% increase. So I'm happy with that, moving in the right direction. But I challenge you to keep track of the items you're listing so that you can see where you are, because you can't improve what you don't measure, and you can guess, but numbers don't lie. And that's why I like to track things that are achievable, and that just keeps me motivated to keep going. Okay, some things that I purchased and listed, because that's what's important, getting them listed. They can't sell unless they're listed. This is a Buffalo Josephine wall glitter puzzle. This was $1, and I have it listed for $29.97. This is a Land's End size 10 swimsuit with a princess skirt and ruching. I paid $6 for this and have it listed for $39.97. And you all know by now that I sell swimwear year round, but I am very picky about what brands and styles I choose to sell. And this style is very popular, I think, because it is stylish, figure flattering, and modest. And it reminds me of the pinup style one-piece swimsuits from back in the day. And you can notice the longer length, the princess skirt, halter straps, and flattering bust line cut. So if you don't know, the fabric on the front that forms a small skirt is called a princess skirt. And I do use those keywords in my title because it is a popular and searched for feature. So this is what I'm talking about. The princess skirt is just this flap of fabric covering the bottom of the front, and it just is a more modest look. So that is your keyword lesson, a princess skirt. Okay, this is a Magic Suit size 14 swimsuit. And I picked this one up because it's a bigger size. Beautiful color. And it has that faux wrap front that is also figure flattering. This was $1.50 and I listed it for $49.97. And here's another swimsuit. This is a Calvin Klein size 14. And I picked this up because of the interesting accordion pleated front. That's also figure flattering. And the stylish square cut neckline. I just thought this was unusual and interesting, and it was very well made. This was $3.75 and I priced it at $39.97. And next up is this vintage 1999 Lenox Frosty the Snowman ornament. This was 50 cents. The price on my listing is $29.97. And here's a fun little baby plush. It's a baby Gund. God Bless Baby Angel doll. It has a little rattle inside. This was 50 cents and I have it priced at $29.97. I found a couple of interesting ties. This is a Battistoni silk tie. I've never heard of this brand, but looked it up in the store and it was a win. I have it priced at $69.97 and it cost me $2. And here's that brand again, Battistoni. And I've had success selling ties with animals or any kind of little interesting pattern like this. So it will be interesting to see who buys this one. Maybe a science teacher, maybe somebody who works at a natural museum. Those kinds of things have happened over the years. And this is a Gucci men's necktie with bowling pins. Very interesting. I don't recall ever seeing a tie with bowling pins. This was $2 and I have it priced at $99.97. And there's that Gucci logo with the bowling pins. This is a Vineyard Vines small size swim cover up, or I guess you could just wear it as a top. This was $4.80. I have it priced at $34.97. And I don't pick up every Vineyard Vines I find, but this one had these cute little beads sewn on in the shape of turtles to match the turtle print on the garment. And I just thought that was really fun and cute. Okay, this is a Cambridge dry goods sweater duster, meaning it's a longer length. And this is 100% wool and hand embroidered on the front and back. And it just felt like a very high quality item and no defects. I paid $3.50 for this, and I have it priced at $74.97. This is a pair of Bernie Mev shoes. These just were interesting. That brand is a pretty good selling brand, and this was the multicolored style, which is more sought after than some of the plain colors. These shoes were $4, and I have them priced at $39.97. Now here's a fun item, and I found this kind of hat twice in my eBay career. So when I saw it, I already knew it was a good seller. The brand is called Mental Gear, Gear, and this is a Natty Dread hat, Funky Fleece. That's the name of it. And it's just this crazy funny hat that snowboarders and skateboarders and whoever might wear. 75 cents. It was in the toy section, so obviously the employees didn't know what it was, or somebody just dropped it there when they decided they didn't want it. I have it priced at $39.97. This is a Callanan, not Callahan, but Callanan straw hat. And I looked this company up, and this type of hat is called crocheted raffia, which is a different technique from the basic woven straw hat. And you can look at it and tell it required more time and craftsmanship to make. So, and it has the little gold medallion right here. So that's a quick visual cue on straw hats to look further if you aren't already looking further. This hat was $3.75, and I have it priced at $49.97. And here's another unusual item. Never found these before. Vionic thong sandals, but the back strap here is fabric. And these are my size. I tried them on, and they're super comfortable. But I had never seen that before with the fabric strap. So these were $4. I have them priced at $39.97. This is a Build-A-Bear Autumn Leaves bear. I'd never seen one of these before either. And if you're a plush seller, you know that most of the Build-A-Bears are not worth anything. And so you're always on the lookout for those unusual ones. So he was $1, and I have him priced at $39.97. Okay, this brand is called Horny Toad. This is a fleece dress that could just be worn as a dress or a swim cover up or after yoga. It's organic cotton. And if you've never heard of this company, it started in Telluride, Colorado in 1995. One woman selling handmade hats out of her garage. And it has grown into this company today. They sell all kinds of sustainable, casual, comfortable clothing for both men and women. And one thing I love about this company is the sustainability. On their website, it says the apparel industry is the fourth largest polluter of air and water on Earth. The solution? Go sustainable or go nude. Minimizing our environmental impact and helping clean up the apparel industry is an integral part of our business ethos. And I love companies like this that pay attention to sustainability, because fast, cheap fashion is destroying the earth. And you can Google this and see many articles about it. I feel that as a reseller, I'm helping this problem by giving used clothing more life, keeping it out of the landfill. And I think this concept will become more important in the future. Companies that operate sustainably will become more attractive to the general public. So I just love companies that are passionate about tackling this problem, or at least not making it worse. So on the Horny Toad website, they show you what type of materials they use, the sustainable fibers. This is their logo. This is what it looks like on the clothing. And back to the item, it was $5.75 because it was marked as a dress, and I have it priced at $49.97. Okay, so we're going to end on the note of Horny Toad because it's fun, and why not? I mean, how many videos do you watch that talk about sloths and horny toads? You know, you got to keep it fun and keep it real. Thanks for watching, and make it a great day on eBay. Bye, everybody.